And our hope is that it's going to kind of push along the standards for our entire ecosystem, get every wallet to become Mithril enabled, have people start really getting identity seriously, talk about certified wallet standards and these types of things. It's a browser-based interface. It'll eventually come to your cell phone and to the desktop. And every step of the way, it's innovating as much as it can. So we're real excited to kind of demo it, build a beta movement around it with some pioneers. And hopefully we'll be able to translate that into a very successful ecosystem that can bring in everybody, not just the crypto enthusiasts, but the entire space. It's also going to be cross-chain. So it's not just Cardano. It'll support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other ecosystems. And
Charles Hoskinson is a co-founder of the blockchain engineering firm Input Output Global and the Cardano blockchain platform. He became involved in the cryptocurrency industry in 2013 after quitting his consulting job to begin the Bitcoin Education Project. Shortly after, in late 2013, he joined the Ether team as one of the original founders. He was removed a few months later over a difference of opinion about whether the project should be commercial or nonprofit. That same year, he formed IOHK with Jeremy Wood, who had also worked on the Ether project. The engineering and research company, now known as Input Output Global, works on cryptocurrency and blockchain projects. Its key project, the Cardano blockchain platform and its native token, have been quite successful, but not without controversies. The blockchain platform and Hoskinson, who frequently gets into spats with Ether developers and investors on Twitter, have been criticized for Cardano's slow growth compared to the faster developments of similar blockchain projects. But the 34-year-old entrepreneur has countered the arguments by explaining that the platform was carefully built to last and overtake its competitors. In a recent interview, Hoskinson discusses some of the latest developments in the Cardano blockchain platform and their benefits for the platform and the entire crypto ecosystem. He begins by discussing the potentials of Lace, a Cardano wallet, which, according to IOG, combines a wealth of Web3 features, from managing digital assets to accessing NFTs, decentralized applications, and DeFi services. Hoskinson believes Lace, which is currently at the beta stage, could be the catalyst that gets Cardano to 1 billion users. He is also quite enthusiastic about how it could benefit other crypto networks, including Bitcoin and Ether. We will now take you to Hoskinson's interview. Please watch the video to the end, hit the like button, and drop your comments and observations in the comments section. If you would like to watch more videos from some of the biggest names in the cryptocurrency industry, please ensure you subscribe and turn on post notifications if you are yet to do so. Thanks and enjoy the video.
so I thought a lot about how do we get Cardano to 1 billion users? How do we get the ecosystem to become the world financial operating system? Instead of that, it's just good old-fashioned hardcore protocol design, where you do the science, you do the engineering, you build great protocols, and you get those protocols into market. Other parts of that is, well, what is the consumer interface? What is the portal upon which 1 billion people will do stuff? Whether they're playing with NFTs, they're issuing assets, they're doing DeFi things, they're playing video games. There's identity components, estate planning components, managing billions of dollars, security tokens, all this type of stuff. So about last year, we said, let's start a research project to imagine what a portal, an interface to all of those use cases would look like, to go above and beyond what a normal cryptocurrency wallet does. So an identity-first wallet with full node security, but it's light enough to be on a phone. And it was a very ambitious project. We put some of our best people together. We took a lot of great new technologies like Mithril and Atala Prism, and a lot of legacy stuff that we invented in the Cardano ecosystem, and we pulled it all together. And now Lace as a product is starting to come out into market. It's one of our first commercial B2C products, and so it's not a reference client. It's not like Daedalus, which is a neutral playground, but rather this is IO's view of how crypto ought to be done. And our hope is that it's going to kind of push along the standards for our entire ecosystem. It's also going to be cross-chain, so it's not just Cardano. It'll support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other ecosystems, and showcase what we've created as an ecosystem to the rest of the cryptocurrency space in that respect.
That's amazing. Can we go a little bit into Mithril? What is Mithril?
So Mithril is kind of solving a very specific set of problems where you want to verify something as if you had the entire blockchain, but you don't have it. So it's just that simple. So normally how you do that is that you would have like a really heavy snark or some really sophisticated cryptography. But because we designed Cardano the right way and we had a lot of foresight, we were able to come up with something that's much lighter weight than what Mina is doing or Cello's doing. So we don't need Plumo, we don't need super sophisticated snarks. We were able to, with just threshold cryptography, to create these beautiful certificates that stake pool operators can construct And their existence allows people to verify state and transactions as if they had a full node, while they could be doing that on a light client. This is absolutely essential for scalability. It's absolutely essential also for usability, because at the end of the rainbow, the vast majority of people are going to be using their cell phones, laptops, browser clients, these types of things. They use crypto. And if they don't have the ability to do this, they have to trust a third party. So effectively, you've centralized something that should be decentralized. So we worked on it for about 24 weeks with a great partner, Gawa, and now we've gotten to a point where we're opening up, and stake pool operators are the ones who are starting to install and play around with it, because they're the ones who will be building the Mithril certificates as value-added software on top of their stake pools. And then hopefully it'll become an open standard that wallets can integrate, light wallet side for security and full node side for parallel validation of epochs. So you have much, much faster bootstrap for full nodes. Well, our shit is always the best stuff. And so, while I can do some stuff for other ecosystems, I can't do it all. So with proof of work ecosystems, we have a concept called NEPA-POWs, non-interactive proofs of proof of work, that DNS's Zindros invented while working with us. And it's been turned into concepts like Fly Client. And there's even ideas about how to get it into Bitcoin without a hard fork. It's called a Velvet fork. So certainly some people are exploring that technology. There's also proofs of proof of stake that DNSS came up with that Ethereum could potentially use. So as we go multi-coin, the idea of embedding proofs and proof structures into the wallet to maintain a consistent trust model is very important. But you innovate where you innovate, and so Mithril is really built hand in glove for Cardano and its sidechain ecosystem. It was never built to port over to these other ecosystems. But good news is there's other stuff. Like we wrote a paper called Snacks to talk about that, and obviously DNSS has that proof of stake, and NEPA-POWs the proof of work. I think those things are definitely going to bring those things into the conversation, and our hope is to find ways to integrate those into Lace as we start getting users from other ecosystems.
Hoskinson also discusses the need for appropriate regulation in the cryptocurrency space in his interview. Earlier in the year, Hoskinson had appeared before a subcommittee of the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Agriculture to discuss the cryptocurrency industry. During his testimony, he urged lawmakers to choose efficacy over strictness when formulating adequate regulations for the space. Here is the entrepreneur reiterating similar sentiments about cryptocurrency regulation in the United States.
Bad regulation harms everybody, even the regulators who write it, because it gives them jobs they can't comply with, and it just harms competitiveness. We certainly have had a strong opinion about where things need to go, and we've shared that opinion with many lawmakers and regulators, and we go to Washington now on a regular basis. I'm starting to learn what the inside of the Capitol looks like, and I've gone from like seeing it in pictures to actually knowing what the offices of certain senators look like.
You were there last week, right?
Yeah, I was there actually just a few days ago, and then while there, we engaged and met several congressmen and several regulators, and they're productive conversations. They're tiring because there's a lot of work to do, there's a lot to say, and it's a slow, methodical process, but they're productive and positive from the perspective that everybody does want to do their job. And we have to, as an industry, admit that some things we've done are not so good. Luna existed, BitConnect existed. The government has to admit that we've done a pretty good job, all things considered, going from nothing to a $1 trillion industry in 13 years. And if this is to continue being an American industry where more than half of the ventures and jobs are in the United States, the United States has to adopt a regulatory framework that is sensible for everybody. They forget that when they say, oh, well, staking could be a security, or staking could be this, or you have this compliance requirement, those are small businesses at the end of the day, thousands and thousands of small businesses that if you plan it right and you let them grow, they can be big businesses that employ hundreds of people each. I don't think we want to live in a country that goes and destroys 500,000 jobs or 1 million jobs because of a flick of a pen, not understanding the regulatory realities of things. Nobody wants to do that. So it's important that we have wisdom in the process. And wisdom comes from conversation and empathy and information and from engagement. And we're doing our part. Others are doing their part. And I'm very optimistic next year that something is going to get passed in legislation that hopefully will improve the state of affairs for the industry. And then with that, we can start getting to the business of actually getting to the next level as an industry, getting to the 1 billion users.
What are your thoughts on the Charles Hoskinson and the Cardano blockchain platform? How do you think it compares to its competitors and other cryptocurrency networks? Please let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, ensure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications if you are yet to do so. You can also check out our other crypto-related videos to stay updated on market trends. Thanks for watching.